Someone should give me a medal or a cookie or a job as someone who predicts stuff that happens or something. You know, I don't know. 5 cents. Someone send me a nickel. There you go. There's your objective, ladies and gentlemen. You know, there. You know, everyone just give me $1. How's that? That's better. I think that's gonna be easier on you. You don't have to give me a medal or a cookie or anything. But I did call this. So during Apple's presentation, Apple announced that it's going to be changing around Apple TV to Apple TV Gaming, a more streamlined gaming service. And I recently talked about how Apple had launched a new Twitter account dedicated to gaming. Now, look, man, I told you, if it seems like something is going to be happening, then the odds are it probably is. And if you're wrong, oh well, you know, nothing, no harm, no foul. If you're wrong, you're wrong. Oh well, right? So anyways, let's talk about the new phones and how they're going to integrate gaming. Okay, so the iPhone 6S, Jesus man, these names, 6S 3D touchpad, you know, so they're gonna have a touch control scheme where it's going to be 3D touch sensitive. Now, what is 3D touch sensitive, you might be asking? Well, it's not 3D. It's not. That's just a pop word with a lot of people that know the word 3D and what it means. 3D touch sensitivity is just how the phone can detect the severity of your touch. So if you touch it lightly, it knows you touched it lightly versus if you just touch it. So there is no, you know, hit it up really fast, you know, slide your finger up and down the phone to play a game, or push on the phone really hard or something. There's none of that. It's a more 3D touch, so it can detect a light touch, a normal touch, and a very hard touch, and things of that nature. So that will be integrated into their gaming, and I suppose that will allow for more analog control schemes. Now, I know that sounds silly because, you know, digital versus analog control schemes, you know, you can't emulate analog. You'll never be able to emulate analog on a phone. And I know a lot of people say, well, I use the emulator and it works just fine for me. Yeah, that's great. I'm sure it does work just fine for you, but if I handed you a Game Boy, a backlit Game Boy, and I handed you the same game on the game versus the same game on the iPhone, I'm quite sure you'll be able to tell the difference right off the bat. And that's just how it is, guys. So even with these new touch features, these 3D touch features, I'm not entirely sure that that's going to magically make Apple's, you know, phone the perfect device for gaming. I mean, I just don't think that'll ever happen until they package in a very tiny, slim controller that you can actually press things on. Well, anyways, that's a pipe dream. So along with this, Apple had launched their TV service and changed a few things around. So the long and the short of this is that the remote is going to be like a Wiimote. Yes, I know how silly that sounds, but this seems like a more futuristic Wii. So the device itself only has HDMI out and I believe a power out on the back. The device itself is featuring a 64 gigabit, I'm sorry, excuse me, not a 64 gigabit, a 64-bit A8 chip. And I'm not entirely sure if that's the proprietary A8 chip, so developers might have issues developing some real hardcore games on it. It supports Bluetooth 4.0, 802.11 AC, Wi-Fi, and it comes with an IR receiver, so you can use it, you know, as a set-top box. Got the IR blaster there and whatnot. In the rear of the box, it's just simple with power port, HDMI out. But it doesn't say that it's going to come with any type of RAM or how fast it's going to be, and that's going to be something that I would really like to know. I want to know if it's going to come with 2 gigs of RAM, 4 gigs of RAM, if I'm going to actually be able to emulate games on it properly, if I'm going to be able to play games that are supported by Apple. Hey, a plane just landed. That was interesting. At least it didn't hit my house and kill me. I live by a personal airport. It's not used frequently, but when it is, I hear helicopters and airplanes. It's very, very sparsely, but, you know, it interrupts my flow, right? So anyways, it's gonna have 32 gigabytes for $149 and 64 gigabytes for $199. And as far as phone games go, I guess the 64 gigabyte version would be okay, because again, you're probably not gonna fill it up, but the 32 gigabyte version for $149 seems a little bit pricey, and so does the 64 gigs for $199. You're paying $50 for 32 more gigs. And then, you know, for a little bit more, you could get a Wii U. And you can sit here and say, well, the Wii U ain't got no games. But, I mean, come on, man. Unless you're really into Apple games, are you really going to want to play them on your console and on your screen and whatnot? So it's a good question. But now, you might be saying to yourself, well, this is silly, man. I'm not going to want to buy this device to play games on it. But, see, Apple's got you. They've gotten various developers on their side to develop exclusive games. Yeah, they're always pro-consumer, Apple, you know, allowing people to develop these games for other systems so that you don't have to buy theirs. Yeah, anyways, there you've got Guitar Hero and Disney Infinity 3.0 and Harmonix. I think out of all of those, Harmonix would be the best one. I'm sorry, Guitar Hero. And I don't think many people care about Disney Infinity being on an Apple device. Well, anyways, this caused Harmonix to announce Beat Sports, an exclusive game for Apple, where you're going to waggle the remote that you use with the Apple TV, just like Wiimote, to the beat of the song. So there's that. And finally, Apple announced an iPad Pro with a 12.9-inch display. So it looks like this guy is playing a game on it. And I laugh so hard at this because the price is starting at $799. That's not even with the best features. So it features the A9X processor, the 3rd gen 64-bit chip with twice the memory and bandwidth and storage as previous chips. You know, it has 4 speakers. It comes with a stylus, and you can get a keyboard for it, an external keyboard and dock. The smart keyboard and dock will retail at $169. Jesus Christ. So when it's all said and done, if you wanted this to be more like a laptop, you would end up paying $1,000 for all of this for a laptop. Now, I laugh at it because no one buys an Apple device to play video games on. You don't just go out and buy an Apple device and say, you know what, I'm just buying this to play video games on, regardless to if it's a cell phone or if it's a, you know, a pad or something. You buy it for various reasons. I don't want to be mean, so I won't say those reasons. But people buy Apple products for reasons, we'll just say. Okay, and I don't think gaming is the top reason. I think it might be a side reason, and that's okay, but I just don't think it's the top reason. And so when Apple tries to get the gaming market and corner the gaming market and advertise this stuff, I kind of just laugh because, you know, you're gonna sit here and charge $1,000 for a tablet with a keyboard and not even a mouse. There's no mouse. So good luck playing MMORPGs on there. Like, maybe you could play Dota 2 and stuff like that, but there's no mouse. So no, sorry, unless you use the touchscreen and unless you don't mind, you know, playing games with giant smudges on your screen, which is not fun, by the way. But you could get a $1,000 laptop for the same price. And I've always said it, and I'll say it before and I'll say it again. Who are these products marketed to? Who is this product marketed to? Because any business individual won't be buying this. They will instead rather opt to buy a business grade laptop to where they can pull out a keyboard, well, you know, not have to pull out that keyboard and just have it attached to it. And the business grade laptops are, if you spend $1,000 on them, they're pretty slim, man, you know, just like this iPad. So I'm not really sure who this is marketed to, you know. If you're a kid and you're going to school, would you rather have this or a laptop with a mouse and keyboard and to be able to type on and do your work on? Or would you rather just have the pad and have to pay another $160 for the mouse keyboard? Now, I understand there's going to be artists out there and stuff like that, and there's going to be uses for this, but I just don't understand who this really is marketed to because of the outrageous price tag that comes with it. So anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to let you guys know about the Apple gaming that's coming out, and there were 4 stories there. I will go ahead and list them all in the description down below, and I strongly encourage you to leave me your opinion in the description below. Am I 100% wrong? Do you game on Apple devices daily, and is it amazing? And do you buy your new Apple phones and pads just to play video games on them? Please let me know. I really want to be educated in this. I don't want to be stupid, okay? I really want to be smarter and just know better. So let me know personally. And I thank you for watching my videos. And I've been your host, Protomario, and I'm signing out. Good gaming, and God bless. And now, the important decision of joining the Maverick Rebellion. We are a tight group of individuals who rebel against stereotypes and greater evils that are commonly accepted. ISPs, children being conned out of games, sexism in video games. Enough is enough, and the Mavericks have had it. If you choose to subscribe, or stay subscribed, you are joining the fight against injustice by watching my numerous video topics. From net neutrality to publishers covering up botched releases, the Mavericks are always informed on the issues plaguing your gaming experience today. So don't be left out in the cold, and don't let those people keep you down. Join the Maverick Rebellion today and become a member of the community that will listen and engage with you. What are you waiting for? Just click subscribe and you'll be in good company. Mavericks unite!